For quite some time now, Kyle Busch has been one of the most talked about drivers in NASCAR. He seems to have made it into the bad books of most NASCAR fans and is undeniably one of the sport's most hated drivers. Kyle Thomas Busch, also goes by the nickname like Rowdy Busch, the Wild Thing, and Candyman, is an American pro racer who has been breaking records and speed limits in racing events from a very young age. Candyman has racked up a lot of wins over the years, wins like the 2015 and 2019 NASCAR Series Championships, the 2018 and 19 NASCAR Cup Series, and the 2009 Xfinity Series have all contributed to his insane rise to fame. With all these notable achievements under his belt, it's hard to imagine that anyone would have anything other than compliments and praise for this NASCAR driver, but as it turns out, the opposite is the case. In the world of NASCAR racing, there have been some not-so-friendly talks about Rowdy Busch in general and among his peers. So let's have a look at the man behind the wheels and what his fellow NASCAR drivers really think of him. And it's not all sunshine and rainbows as you might expect. Oh, and before we get into it, we have a massive ongoing giveaway for all our NASCAR fans. Watch till the very end to learn more. Now, back to the Wild Thing. Kyle Busch was born in the City of Lights, Las Vegas, Nevada. His first time behind the wheels came at the age of 6 when he drove around his family's Las Vegas neighborhood in a custom-made go-kart. Although he could not reach the kart's pedals with his little legs, Kyle still was able to learn the basics from his father, who controlled the gas pedal as Kyle drove the vehicle. Kyle began his driving career in 1998 at the age of 13, and from 99 through 2001, he won over 65 races in Legends car racing. He also won 2 track championships at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway Bullring before moving to late models and landing 10 victories there during the 2001 season. At the young age of 16, Kyle began competing in the NASCAR Craftsman's Truck Series, and he made his debut at the Indianapolis Raceway Park with a 9th place finish. In the year 2002, the young Kyle graduated with honors from Durango High School in Las Vegas, Nevada. He graduated a year early to focus on his driving career, a bold move but one he didn't think much about considering his love for racing. The bold move paid off because that same year, Kyle made his first appearance in the ARCA Remax Series at Lowe's Motor Speedway and finished 12th in the number 22 Chevrolet for WP Motorsports. However, Kyle's first season as a full-time racer in the Cup Series level came in 2005. He may not have stood out in that race, but only 2 years later, he finished 5th in the Cup Series standings. Over the years, and mostly throughout the 2010s, NASCAR couldn't have found many better drivers than Kyle Busch. In 2013, he got another top 5 ranking when he finished 4th in the series, and after racing 10th in 2014, the Candyman began an excellent streak of success on the track by going on to win the Cup Series in 2015 and 2019 and placing 2nd in 2017. From 2015 to 2019, Rowdy Busch finished no lower than 4th in the standings, always hot on the wheels. The years after were no disgrace to his name either, as he went on to win more championships and break more records in racing than anybody else. So with a stellar career like this, you must be wondering why his image isn't so stellar and why he isn't on the best of terms with most racing fans and his peers. Well, let's get into that. Whether Busch is racing at the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, or anywhere in between, don't be too surprised to see him going viral for throwing a temper tantrum because he has done so repeatedly. The Candyman's attitude is notorious among other NASCAR drivers, especially when it comes to his road rage, and no one wants to be driving beside a man who is extremely hot-headed. Professional racers are human just like the rest of us without a doubt. They're prone to showing emotions or letting their feelings get the best of them, and Kyle Busch is no exception. But his anger may have boiled over one too many times, and his attitude has frustrated other drivers over the years. The worst part of Kyle's persona, according to the other drivers, is his unapologetic nature. He simply is never sorry for whatever he has done, even if it leads to less than optimal results for him, for the other drivers on the track, or both. He does whatever he wants without a care, shows no respect for other drivers, and races everyone the same, too hard. Christopher Bell, who joined Joe Gibbs Racing and became Kyle's teammate, said he has a far different and more careful approach to how he interacts with Busch than compared to the rest of the team. When this statement was made, many interpreted it as Christopher's way of calling Busch the most volatile member of the team. As it turns out, Christopher Bell is not the only driver who thinks Busch is a ticking time bomb. In November 2020, USA Today did a ranking for NASCAR drivers, and the participating drivers selected Kyle as the driver with the worst road rage. So yeah, it's official that he gets infamously angry. Although there are other drivers like Clint Bowyer, Joey Logano, and Kurt Busch, who, by the way, is Kyle's brother, that are singled out for also struggling with road rage, the vote that picked Kyle as the angriest of the lot was almost unanimous. Moving away from the NASCAR drivers, NASCAR fans have also been on the receiving end of Rowdy Busch's antagonistic attitude because he loves to play the villain for them. Brushing away fake tears while being booed has become a habit for the Candyman, and one time he asked Busch bashers, as he likes to call them, to throw full beers instead of empty bottles so he'd have something to drink. As if that's not enough, Kyle once picked up an empty can thrown at him and pretended to drink from it. While many NASCAR drivers seem to enjoy being on good terms with other racers and making their fans proud, Rowdy Busch certainly enjoys riling up both fans and racers alike. Kyle Busch, aka the Candyman, may not seem to care what you, I, or anybody else thinks about him, both on or off the track, but the one sure thing is that he loves both racing and winning. Anything other than those two is unacceptable, and everything else is just noise to him. It can't be denied that from his early days at Hendrick Motorsports to his current success in Joe Gibbs Racing, he has always been racing at the level of the NASCAR World Series and now may have earned the right to walk as tall as he does. Kyle Busch may not always win all the races, he may not always say or do the right thing, especially when he gets angry, and will most likely never be voted most popular driver in a million years, but he always rides his best when he gets behind the wheel. Today, Busch is riding his best still as he is currently ranked 15 in the NASCAR World Series. He is also ready to bounce on the track in a big way, so let's see how he finishes the season. He's got his crew, he's got his will to win, he's got the talent and skills, and barring any health issues, let's see how far it takes him. But we want to know what you guys think. Does Kyle Busch really deserve the hate? What do you think about him? And who was your favorite driver of all time? Let us know in the comments down below. As we hinted at the beginning of the video, we're currently giving away two $50 Amazon gift cards to the fans of NASCAR culture. All you need to do to enter is to like, comment what you think of Kyle Busch, and most importantly, subscribe. We'll be selecting 2 random winners from our subscriber list once we reach 1,000 subscribers. So make sure to share this with your fellow racing fans so you increase your chances of winning sooner.